Hi everybody, Tony here, or Tech Tony, just here with a mystery box review for Spikeybits. I've done a couple of these now throughout the year. Basically, if you go to www.spikeybits.com, if you are into doing models, you can sign up to get what is called, or sign up for the Patreon to get models, paints, brushes, a whole slew of stuff for gaming and tabletop hobbying. So, for those of you who don't know, I have been doing tabletop gaming since 1991, specifically Warhammer 40K or Warhammer 40,000, created by Games Workshop. So, my best friend, Jasur, who's out in Texas, hopefully he's got a good he's recovering very well from his surgery. So shout out to you, my friend, my brother, to got me into this game. So love the models. I'm more into building and painting nowadays than actual gaming, just because of time and life. But thought, how can I get back into the hobby and things like that? So we're gonna have a little fun. So with Spikeybits, I signed up for their monthly subscription. I requested, just because of the amount of material I was getting in, to actually spread it out and get it in a quarterly basis. So basically, you get 4 boxes a quarter for the amount that you're paying. In this case, I pay about $100 a month. But I get some amazing stuff, so I'd love to show you some of those things today. I am a little late because this was the November or October third quarter, fourth quarter shipment for the year. So just want to go over that. I did open it prior, but I haven't done anything with it because I wanted to do this video, and I wanted to try out a new piece of equipment. Right now, my phone is being held up by a really cool stand. I initially got it for my wife because she's doing crafting and she wanted to have something that, like her phone, to be able to be elevated over top of what she was doing, to be able to record video and things like that. So I thought I'd try it out today to see what this is like. And of course, I've got a light source, which is now finally dead. Gotta love that. So I'm going to try a different one, see if this works, if it makes a difference. And it looks like it does. Excellent. So we're going to have a little fun with that. So basically, fourth quarter, got my little shipment in, and just want to show you what Rob Bear, owner and CEO of Spikeybits.com, and his team sent to me. And then, of course, I want to show some other nice, cool things that I've been putting together these past few months. So there we go. All right, so with that said, I'm going to see if I can move the camera and rotate the phone. Let's see if that works. Oh, I can't rotate it in the middle. Okay, well, maybe we can do this. And whoop. And remove that. I love these little lights that you get. So we can have a little fun with this. Just going, whoop. See what happens when you lifetime experiment with stuff. All right. So I got my little workbench here. Gotta love that. Just dropping stuff here and there. So let's go over this. So first and foremost, I get a nice little discount code, scannable thing there from Spikeybits. Haven't tried that out yet, but I will definitely do that today. Oh, I'm going to hide that because unless you're a subscriber to the Patreon, there we go. All right, next with Spikeybits. Ooh, so he sent me Phalanx paintbrushes. It looks like there's a dry brush and some fine detail brushes, which is really cool. I will say that I did try out a set of Monument Hobby dry brushes that he had sent me a few months ago. And it looks like this is about a $20 value, which is really nice paintbrushes. And I would definitely say that Monument Hobbies' paintbrushes, dry brushes were really nice. So I'm quite excited to try out these Fine Point. You know, I think nowadays with the models being super highly detailed, as you can probably see here on the screen, and we'll go over that, you know, having high detailed brushes will be really nice. So we got that in there. We also got a set of 6 Spikeybits, what are they called? Objective markers, which is really neat. So in the game, you have to get certain, to certain things to claim them. So from center to edge, your squad or personnel has to be that close in order to claim that objective. So here, these are some really nice markers. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 markers here, and they're really, really nice. So I can't wait to try these out one day. But I love it. Spikeybits is the logo. So these are really good, Rob. I shout out to you for that. So that's the next thing. Oh, next, what we have here is the brand new Warhammer 40,000 Intercessor Assault Squad with jump packs. So this just recently came out in October. And it's funny because, you know, for a while now, I've been building my intercessors, you know, making them assault intercessors, and I've been putting jump packs on them. I figured, golly, they will probably just do that, and sure enough, they actually came out with models that actually have really nice jump packs. If we look at the back, we can see some really cool stuff here. So I can't wait to put these together. And it's so funny because I like to customize, change out the heads, sometimes the weapons. So I'll have to go through my codex and see what that's like. So that's what they are. And it looks like there's a squad of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Marines, which is always nice to have. Very cool. Very, very cool. I like this. Can't wait to put those together. Next, we've got Creature Caster. Now, Creature Caster is a company that does resin models, and they do basically creatures and evil things. So this, I'm hoping, will be, because it's a really thick box. If you can't see how thick it is, it's a couple of inches thick. Oh, let's see if I can put that down. A couple of inches thick there. Called the King of Ecstasy. I kind of was curious as to what he looks like, or it looks like. And I will tell you that it is gorgeous. So here we've got some details. Highly detailed is this model. You notice here I haven't pulled it out yet. So it looks like it is a couple of arms. Looks pretty scary here. I can't wait to come up with some sort of paint scheme. We got a head. Again, highly detailed. Let me see if I can pull out the head for y'all. So it looks like this would be like a greater demon of Slanesh. So hopefully I can get some corn next year, but if not, not a big deal. This is really, really nice. If you can't see that, there we go. Really, really nice detail of this thing. So looks quite scary. It looks, you know, highly detailed. I can't wait to come up with some sort of color scheme for this. So that's one head. I think there's another secondary head option. Here, this looks like a shoulder pad of some sort. So quite scary. And then, of course, you've got a tabard. which is really cool. And then, in this big black bag, trying to keep things organized, we got all the little bits and other pieces of this model, so it looks like it would be the equivalent size of a greater daemon for Games Workshop. So play as is kind of thing. So quite cool for fourth quarter. Thanks, Rob. These are really, really neat. Again, I can't wait to start putting these things together. I've been delaying on putting the creature models or creature caster models together only because they are so highly detailed and highly beautiful that, you know, it's been I should say I want to take time with those and take time to build them. So we got that. All right, so from previous boxes, from my previous video, Rob had sent a couple of items from the previous and just wanted to show those. Here are the brand new Terminators, built, not painted just yet, but built. Oops, there we go. Built. And with this Leviathan 10th edition Terminator, really nice. The details are really nice, crisp, clean. I remember back in 1991, the Terminator was probably about a quarter of the size or 3/4 of the size, and it was made out of lead. I still have them, and they were heavy as all get-go, so quite a nice change. And of course, the details were not as crisp or clean on those, just because they're lead, and they're going to be poured into casting molds. So, you know, that is what it is. And there's the assault cannon Terminator. So I will say that I am most impressed with the assault cannon. I love assault cannons, especially when I play Space Hulk, just because of the sheer number of shots. And of course I go old school, but I love using the new models. Here we got a Sergeant for the Terminators. I'll have to play around, mix up the base a little bit, and then paint him. But again, nice, highly detailed. He's got a nice power sword. And of course, a couple other rank and file Terminator troops just in action poses. So we got that going on. Hey, Kelly, how are you doing? So welcome. Next, from the previous box was the new Stern Guard from Leviathan. Here I've put together, I did put together all 5. I think I've got the 5th one pseudo put together, but I'm customizing them for sure. I wanted to change out the heads, and of course, not knowing the weapon options for these guys, I just built them as is. But here we've got a Stern Guard veteran with a combi melta, basically a gun and a melta gun. Here, just a straight up bolter. Again, really nice. Can't wait to paint the tabards. Here's another bolter. This one looks like it's a combi bolter with plasma gun. And let me see if I can. There you go. With plasma gun. Again, highly detailed, crisp and clean. Love plastics. I just wish Games Workshop was a little bit more affordable. But hey, I will, you know, I am appreciative of the value that you get for the subscription. So thanks again, Rob. Here's a Marine with a heavy bolter. I really like the new look of those. And again, highly detailed, the backpack, the weapon, even the little cross and everything like that. All right. With that, the previous box also had the Obliterators, so Chaos Obliterators. So my box request is either for Loyalist Marines or Chaos Space Marines. I do believe I did put in a request for Khorne. So hopefully, you know, we'll get some Khorne Marines next time. But if not, I'm really happy with this. I've built these models before, so this will actually make a couple of 3-man squads, which are really nice. So they've got metal weapons that are just molded into their bodies here. So that's one. And then, of course, here's another one. And these guys are pretty big and chunky. I don't have them on their stands just yet, just because I want to do something with their stands. I want to modify it. So there we go. And, of course, he's got a assault cannon and a flamer and big giant fists, just because, you know, the powers of the warp have warped his little mind and body. All right, so far that's been my, oh, and I also built a Helldrake. So a Helldrake is one of the Chaos Flyers. Here I've just put this one together, highly detailed, so I'm going to have fun doing all the trim here. I will say that I've Rob, in one of his painting tutorial videos, went over a really cool cheat. So instead of hand painting all this in like a brass or a gold or whatever, there are acrylic pens that you can get and purchase, and you shake it up and then you can draw out all this trim. And I will tell you that I've done it with my Chaos Space Marines, and it has been a lifesaver and way better. You know, I can do 15 Marines inside of like an hour, just outlining everything with this detailed acrylic pen. And then when I give it a good wash and sealant, it looks like I just painted everything on. So I really like that. I really like the Helldrake. You know, it's a flyer. I think I built him with the assault cannon in his mouth. So he's opening up and just shooting everybody. But he's also got the vicious little talons to attack everybody. So really cool about that. I was thinking about going with a corn style paint scheme of red, but I might do something like a red and black, like maybe red at top and then a black underbelly to kind of hide, give that impression of how certain predatory birds are different colors from top to bottom, so that they can hide from their prey and then swoop down and get them. So we got that. Now, one of the things I have done recently, and I love, is Bandai. Bandai is a Japanese company that makes really cool push-fit together models. They're really famous for the Gundam models themselves. So this is outside of Spikeybits. So through the years, I've gotten really nice models from them, basically Star Wars related. And recently, I just put together Darth Vader. I loved him when I was a kid. Very misunderstood. The bane of the rebels, Luke's father. You know, before internet was popular, it was a big surprise when you found out that Darth Vader was Luke's father, and you kind of go, oh my gosh, what the heck. Now, the only thing I need to do on this is paint his chest plate and some of the silver bits and things like that on his lightsaber and here, but for the most part, this is a beautiful model and bendable, posable, so I can have him, you do not understand the power of the dark side. Woohoo! So there we go. I just geeked out. So there we go. So we got some fun stuff there. All right. Last thing I want to show you all. As I probably have mentioned, that Games Workshop can be a little expensive when you're trying to buy certain things, even though their models are super highly detailed, especially with the plastics nowadays. They're still expensive. And there are other third-party companies or third-party people that are 3D printing, and I've tried it myself, and I definitely have to play around with it to master it more, but, 3D printed models. Now, I happened to go on Etsy and I saw a model that, you know, I just fell in love with, and it goes with what I want to build for my Chaos Army. In this case, Khorne, which is the, you know, angry god of war kind of thing, for Warhammer's, oh gosh. So anyway, so I found this model to go with my World Eaters, and I want to say that I got this in the mail, kind of, you know, my wife's Christmas present to me, or I should say my wife's Christmas present to me, and she got me this model, and I will say that it is called, I'm calling it not Angron. So, an Angron substitute. So here we've got some really nice resin, 3D printed resin. Here, this is a rock base, so I've never painted rocks really before, so I'm going to have some fun actually painting the rocks, and of course, being highly detailed, you've got some amazing skulls here. I definitely will sand down some of this extra bit of base, but when it 3D prints, you can tell this was on the bottom of the printable plate when it started printing. So we've got the base, but then we've got the big boy himself, Angron, or I should say not Angron, but this model is pretty darn detailed. I will say that the feet seem a little small compared to the body, so there are some differences here, but for the most part, you know, instead of paying like $160 for a model like this, this was maybe a third of that cost, and still pretty detailed. I mean, would I get the Angron Games Workshop model? Sure, but I will say that for immediate purposes, you know, just how highly detailed, seeing all his teeth, the butcher's nails, basically the things that have driven him crazy and insane, and of course his icon, the World Eater icon, there, it's pretty impressive. I will say here's his tail. So that looks like it pretty easily slots in there. I may need some, you know, filler in there, but for the most part, slides right in. I'll just super glue it and then probably use some sort of plastic putty to fill that in. There we go. We'll just take those little bits off. And then, of course, you've got his sword that is in his left hand. So I can't wait to paint this. I've noticed that a lot of people paint this blade black with like a fiery center, a fiery core. So definitely have to think about how I want to approach this, because I think this would be really, really cool. Then you have his axe, his chain axe. So held in his right hand. So there he's just got some really gory, cool details, ready to hack through things. And then, of course, his wings. His wings are really nice. I think these white little bits are probably just paper, but I can easily clean that up, wash it, and then paint over it. But I think really, really neat. And of course, you got both of his wings, so that will slot right into these little square sections right back here. So for the most part, size comparison, if he was standing on his base, he'd be far bigger. An Omnis to a little Marine. That's a Terminator. Let's go with the Stern Guard. So there next to the Stern Guard, pretty chunky. And then, chunky. And then, of course, one of the other Obliterators, which is slightly a little bit bigger. Whoop. Let's move that. There you go. Cool. So, I've got a lot of fun time building All right, we've got some time to be able to build, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, and maybe do some painting. I just wanted to start on some painting today, but maybe in our future videos, we will be able to do that. So I'm just going to switch back. Oh, I don't want voice enhancement. There we go. There. All right, so there we go. So that's just a little bit of the review. I think what I got from Rob, the King of Ecstasy, the Assault Intercessors, which is great because now I can play around and have some more Assault Marines. Maybe this time give them shields and hammers because eventually I know they're probably going to come out with that. And then the paintbrushes, I'm excited about trying out these to see how what I already have and been using for years compared to the new stuff. I can go from there. So with that said, I hope everybody's having a great and wonderful day. And hopefully the sound comes out really good on this. And I'll get this on YouTube and do some minor edits. Anyway, hope you all are having a great and wonderful day. And I will talk to you all soon. If anything, it's the holiday season. I know next week, not this Monday, but the following Monday will be Christmas. So those of you who celebrate Christmas, happy Christmas. And then if I don't see you all between now and the end of the year, Happy New Year. Hopefully you are going to be surrounded by love and family and just enjoy yourselves. So in this day and age where we just need a little extra love in our lives with all this wackiness and craziness going on, which, by the way, nice to see gas prices have dropped in and around my neighborhood by 30 cents. It's awesome. Isn't that sad to say? So anyway, I hope you all have a great and wonderful day. Hopefully you get to spend time with your loved ones, friends, and family this holiday season, and that you get to ring in the new year with your loved ones. So with that said, I hope you all have a great and wonderful day. Hey, Len, how you doing? I hope you're feeling well and a lot better. Scott White, I saw him the other day, and he said that you're doing pretty well. So I'm really happy to hear that. Len Herman is a realtor and part of our Orange County Realtors Board of Directors. And, I haven't seen him in a while, and I hope he's feeling good. And him and his wife are celebrating Christmas and just totally enjoy themselves. And I hope everybody else enjoy yourselves. Be with friends, family, loved ones. Hobby if you can. You're welcome, sir. Hobby if you can. Whatever your hobby is, whether it's doing models, painting, wine tasting, which there's a wine taste event going on at Off the Vine Vineyards down the street, which is a wine storage place. There for $40, you can go there and enjoy some amazing wines from Europe. I do believe it's Italy, Spain, France, Portugal, and I think one other place. But really, really cool to try out. It's from 12 to 4, so they've got another 2 hours to go. So went there last year and totally had a blast. And, of course, if you're also like me, you love cooking. So hopefully I can get another cooking video between now and the end of the year for you. Don't know what I want to make yet, but I've been busy doing canning. So basically I've made a few jams, fig jam, blueberry, blackberry, blueberry, blackberry, and a couple of other things. So some of you may be getting some gifts. So all right, everybody. Hope you all have a great and wonderful day. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the beautiful weather. I do believe it's 80 degrees here in Mission Viejo, California, which is in Orange County. Wherever you're at, stay warm, stay safe, and be healthy and loved. Talk to you all soon. Bye.